In late December 1958, his favorite team, the Baltimore Colts, drove 80 yards at Yankee Stadium to win the NFL championship in overtime over the Giants. When that epic clash ended, Mac sprang from his lower deck seat, vaulted over a railing, and sprinted toward the tussle for goalpost remnants, filling a discarded paper bag with sod clawed from the end zone. His father, Bud Lloyd, watched on in what, for him, was an uncharacteristic display of patience. He no doubt understood why his son found it vital to collect such earthy relics. He was, after all, the one responsible for passing along to Mac his passion for sports. Bud Lloyd, in his prime, had been a premier baseball player in the glory days of the Susquehanna League. He was a power-hitting corner infielder known far and wide as a ferocious competitor who found the mere thought of losing to be hateful. Except for his son's senior year at North Harford High School, basketball never cornered Mr. Lloyd's attention. Coach Bob Garbacik, a strapping math teacher with a low tolerance for anything less than maximum effort from his players, ultimately saw his rigid style pay off handsomely. With a roster peppered with salty seniors, his resurgent Hawks went on a winning streak that propelled them all the way to the state championship. In the finals, North Harford pulled away from Eastern Shore powerhouse North Carolina in the second half of their March 10, 1962 game and won 44-33 at University of Maryland's cavernous Cole Fieldhouse. Postseason accolades saw Mac named All-County First Team, having finished the season as Harford's leading scorer. For Mac, baseball season began immediately thereafter, where the Southpaw pitched and played first base. Unfortunately, he never had the chance to play his best sport, football, because in those days, Principal William H. Pyle believed the only place for a pigskin at North Harford was in the agriculture department. Mac played basketball at Harford Junior College for 2 years, then turned to other sports like flag football, which he played with Bel Air Big Blue, the only racially integrated team in the Baltimore Metro League at the time. In 1972, Mac went to work at the Aegis newspaper as a part-time reporter under sports editor Peter Schleyer. Owned by the esteemed Worthington family, the Aegis was Harford County's paper of record, a news, information, and advertising juggernaut. At the helm of the editorial department was the revered Robbie Wallace, himself a former sports scribe. When Schleyer took a job at the Baltimore News-American, Wallace promoted Mac, then 29, to sports editor. In time, the sports section grew both in size and scope. Depending on the season, sections of 12 to 18 pages were created. One fat issue selected at random for review in the mid-'80s boasted 65 photos to go with reams of stories and statistics. Girls and junior varsity coverage expanded, and popular contributors added variety to the section. During his 25 years as sports editor, Mac won numerous regional awards for column and feature story writing. He also won a national award for his action photo of Randy McMillan, a Pitt running back from Jarrettsville, diving into the end zone for a touchdown. Mac made it a priority to herald any local athlete who had gone on to excel at higher levels. He was at the Ripken home in Aberdeen when Cal Jr. signed his first Orioles contract. Because the signing took place past the paper's deadline, Mr. Wallace nonetheless held up production of the main news section so that Ripken's photo could land on the front page. Other signature events saw Mac on the scene for Dean Smith's low-key arrival to Edgewood to sign Dudley Bradley to a North Carolina basketball scholarship, and the announcement of McMillan as the Colts' #1 pick in the 1981 NFL Draft at the team's Owings Mills headquarters. After Mac's departure and sports writer Lisa Silhan's ensuing resignation, together they started a magazine called The Sporting Times. It had a sharp local focus, which happened coincidentally during the time when Mac's two sons, Ben and Tyler, were playing high school sports. Married to his high school flame Sandy for 56 years, they are retired and live in bucolic Churchville, where a hayfield separates them from their neighbor, Jack Call, who played for the Colts in that best game ever of long ago. Much of their free time is spent watching their grandsons, Reese, Colton, and Evan, who are 10th generation Harford Countyans, play everything from baseball to basketball to soccer to flag football and rugby. And so the local sports coverage continues.